Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the weekly NerdCon 1 edition of the Crypto Mind, sponsored by all the good folks over at the NerdCon 1 network, who have graciously allowed me to be an affiliate content creator on their site, giving you insight into the world of cryptocurrency, and especially crypto mining as well, and crypto news, so that you get a decent dose of all of these things when you listen to here on Thursdays on the nerdcon1.com network. And I'm also, I have my own channel, The Crypto Mind, as you see here in the background on YouTube, and I encourage all of you to go there, and the easiest way to do that is to put in the search in YouTube, The Crypto Mind, like you see it here, MINED, and put it in quotes. You put it in quotes, then you'll go right there. NerdCon 1, do that as well. It's on YouTube and many other platforms as well, Twitch, Facebook, and a lot of podcasting platforms as well. So there's no way you can miss Con 1. And I'll be grateful if you also join me here at the Crypto Mind. All right, so I'm back after a hiatus for a while, and part of that is that I came down with COVID. And for about 2 weeks I was out of the count, and then it also took me, even after I felt a little better. I thought I was going to get a video out last week, and I still quite didn't have the energy to get it done. And I apologize, but I'm back now, and what a great time to be back. There is so much going on right now, and so much positive going on right now that I wanted to share with you all, and I'm so grateful that I'm in a better place. But here's the great thing, that I was pretty much knocked out. I pretty much was good for nothing for many days, over 7 days. I was in a state where I really couldn't do much. I had so little energy. I couldn't do much, walk around much or whatever, without beginning to get like a fever and get tired, body aches, and I was punished for doing anything. So I learned pretty quickly that I just needed to sit in a chair, recline,
uh, play Civ 5 for 8 million hours, and really not do anything. I mean, I was watching the news, all of the crypto news, the goings back and forth. I could do stuff on my laptop, but putting out a show like I do, compiling it together for you guys and trying to give you something that made sense was just too much. I couldn't do a lot of things. I couldn't do a lot of basic things that I wanted to do while I was fighting off COVID and just recuperating. But here's what was happening: while all that was going on, I was still mining. My mining rig was going, and even this machine that I stream and record off of, this PC box that I have, because I wasn't doing that, it was mining 24/7, for all those days that I was just out of commission. This is something I'm so grateful about. So work was being done for me, even though I couldn't do anything. The machines kept running, the machines kept mining, and the machines kept collecting extra crypto for me. Whether it was Bitcoin Gold or Monero or Ethereum or Callisto Network or Zelcoin, it was all happening. And, luckily it was all set up, it was running and uninterrupted. I did have one day of Windows Update nightmares, and that's a whole other story. Luckily, that came towards the end when I was feeling a little bit better. But it was producing for me the whole time, and so I could be there laid out, and it's working. And even when I'm feeling fine, I can be asleep and it's working. And the great part about it is that when I mine and I get rewards, they go straight to my wallet. They go straight to my Zelcore wallet for many of my coins. A couple of them go to core wallets for the individual coins that I have that are on a drive that I have. Straight to me, and no governmental authorities telling me yeah I can or no I can't do that. And that's something we're going to explore in future shows. But the United States is one of the most restrictive countries in the world about what people can do on certain platforms. So if there's exchanges or lending houses or any places that want to do business officially with U.S. customers, especially with trading and lending platforms, etc., the U.S. government has put down a lot of restrictions and basically have said, not only do we want to collect your personal information to have an account on these things, but there's going to be thousands of coins and tokens that we're not okay with, and we're not going to allow a U.S. customer to use on these U.S. approved platforms. Well, guess what? My own personal cryptocurrency wallet is mine, and it doesn't have any of that stuff. So if a transaction wants to go peer-to-peer, it can do that. And no governmental authority can say yes or no. It just happens. And so that happens when you mine. You're mining in the mining pool, then you get a reward, and the mining pool pays, and it pays straight to your wallet, and you're done. You don't have to go through all the hoops and everything. All that's occurring while I was sick, while I was recuperating and resting. And during that time, I got to see some pretty interesting action with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was up in the 19,000s, and it was sitting around 18,000 and change. And then it went back up again, and then all of a sudden, just after Thanksgiving, it takes a dive, and for about a week, it starts going down, 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 down. And a lot of people who do technical analysis were saying Bitcoin, well, 17,600 is going to be the next interesting resistance level or floor level. If it goes down to about that point, if it goes beyond that down, it could keep going down. Or hopefully it'll bounce off of that. And this was important because we had hit that all-time high. Bitcoin finally closed higher than it did in 2017 during that tulip spike. Now it's closed over 19,500, and then it started doing that downward slide. And then this happened. Look at that, BTC. Bitcoin 22,565. As I'm recording this, I am recording this at 2:44 in the morning Mountain Standard Time, Mountain Standard Time on a Thursday early morning. I had some technical issues. If you see some of my other videos, my little screenshot with me in the background and other things is a little different from my other videos, and that's because I'm having some software issues. So I found a workaround because I wanted to get this out. It's too big. It is too big. 22,626, and in fact, just I would say like 30 minutes ago, it was at 23,000. It went just over 23,000. New all-time high. Up 17% right now. It was up 20% in a 24-hour period. 20% in a 24-hour period. Unbelievable. And I really hope for some of you, if you've been taking this ride with me and heeding my advice and getting involved, whether purchasing straight up crypto with your dollars or beginning to do mining and following some of the patterns I've laid out about software and picking coins and starting to do mining, because not only is Bitcoin up, but as you see here in this heat map graphic behind me, it's not just Bitcoin. It is like, it's everything. You know, Bitcoin is bringing everyone along for the party. Ethereum there up to 639. XRP, that's Ripple, up 25%. There's more. So, oops. Chainlink up 5.6% if you just saw that. And Litecoin LTC right here just above me, 92.77, and that's pretty darn good. It's not the highest it's ever been, but it's way up there. Because of the insurance world and everything, for the most part, insurance companies don't go off on playing giant derivative games and high stakes gambling stocks, other things like that. Most things that they invest in are going to be what they would call sure bets, or conservative bets. So when a giant insurance company says we're putting $100 million into Bitcoin, that tells you a lot. That tells you that they figured out this is one of the few places that they can put money and actually make something. The world of investing is getting scary out there. There are very few places to put your money where you can make something. And today is crazy. Now, it's going down here 22,400 even as we're talking, right? But I mean, today it started at 19,389 or something like that, okay? Bitcoin has just gone crazy today. So even a little downtick is going to be nothing. Today it's up. So, companies like Mass Mutual or whatever, 20% or whatever, that's not what excites them. What excites them is the idea they can put money in now, and a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now, that money they feel is going to be up from where it is now. And believe me, they have some actuarials. They have people doing these massive calculations, trying to prognosticate, and this is where the arrow is pointing. So it's a sea change, and there's a lot of people out there predicting like how high Bitcoin's gonna go, and they've posted some pretty big numbers. Even one guy is saying 1 million. He didn't say like 1 million next year, but by 2035 or 2040 or something like that. But I can tell you this, which is in my knowledge of a lot of financial institutions, especially when I used to be in the mortgage world back in the 90s. The last couple weeks of December are a time of slumber. It's a time for accounting, for getting all your year-end financials done, and figuring out, how you did for the year. And so there's a giant slowdown in activity for companies like that. And I have a feeling that come the first of the year, after the first of the year, there's going to be a giant wave of other companies making their announcements of how they're getting into this. And companies that big who move money that much, they make these announcements and usually have to say ahead of time what they're doing. There's laws about some of this stuff, so they have to be way more public about what they do. So I think there's going to be a lot more of this in at the beginning of the year. This is just the beginning, and these experts have been telling you this, and I've been trying to communicate that to you over the last few months as well, since I've had this channel. So I hope you've jumped on, and if you haven't, you really should consider it. Will there be a sell-off? Will there be a pullback at some point or whatever? Yeah, there might be. I mean, there always can be stuff. Well, what I'm going to tell you is if you're like me, and like so many others out there, us regular people, we're not doing this based on what we can make tomorrow or the next week or the next month. We're looking at this in a much longer term situation. I'm not a day trader. I've tried once or twice to day trade. Total insanity. That's not my bag. And I mean, do I trade? Do I, sometimes take a risk on something? Yeah, sure I do. But the amount of trades that I do, the number is very small. I try to look for more long-term trends, like big events, when I feel like something's way undervalued or way overvalued, and take advantage at that point in time. So anyway, I'm just gonna let you know that, like, okay, so I'm gonna let you in on some of the coins that I have. All right, Bitcoin. Yeah, of course I have Bitcoin, and right now 22,462 up 16% in the last 24 hours. Look at this chart. That last chart we saw was like its entire history. Here's over the last year, and the green line is the price, and the orange line is its market capitalization, which in many ways for Bitcoin is actually the more important line. But so you can see that there was this dip. It's called my birthday dip on the 12th and the 13th of March, and then it's been marching its way upwards in a steady trend until we got to about November. And in November, that arc of going up started to arc more and more and more steeply. And in the last few days, boom, we beat the all-time high, and we've been crushing it since then. So yeah, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is definitely one of the coins that I own. Another one, and it's really the first coin I ever got into, is Litecoin. Litecoin has been around for a long time, just like Bitcoin. Look back here in the late part of 2013, you can see some little blips in the action there. Litecoin, many people call the silver to Bitcoin's gold. And Litecoin is kind of like Bitcoin, only that it transacts a little quicker than Bitcoin, and liked to toot its horn about that. and it's doing pretty well for the year as well. Now, it is at a place where it kind of was earlier this year. It has not rocketed up as fast as Bitcoin, but it's making its charge now. And one thing about all of the altcoins right now, especially the altcoins that have been around for several years, is that when Bitcoin was up at 19,500 back in the late 2017 when it hit its closing high, a lot of these other coins were way higher then than they are now. So, for example, if we look at Litecoin, we look at the whole history, and we go back to that 2017 spike, Litecoin actually hit here up $358. $358 each. And where is it right now? While Bitcoin's at its all-time high, Litecoin is at $92. But $358 is where it was back in 2017. To me, relatively, Litecoin's undervalued. And this is going to be true of all of these other coins, with the exception of one that I have something to do with. Ethereum. I have Ethereum a little bit. It's at 639 right now, which is doing fantastic. We haven't seen that level since around May of 2018, but back at the apex, it was sitting around $1,396, basically $1,400. But it's not at $1,400 right now. It's at $641. In my mind, it should be around $1,400, and it's not, which tells me in my head that there's still a whole lot of room to grow. Okay, another one that I like, Stellar Lumens. And many of these that I'm showing you, say like with the exception of Bitcoin and Litecoin, which are sort of like pure cryptocurrencies, Ethereum is a cryptocurrency, but it's really this sort of monster backbone of smart contract worlds and DeFi and all kinds of other things going on. Ethereum it's almost acting like a piece of software, a very, very usable piece of software that other people are using. And so it has a lot of value because it's just so useful and is being used every day. Stellar Lumens. Stellar Lumens is like, this is more of a token than a cryptocurrency. But it is something that is used, and they are very serious about being a platform for easy cross-border international transactions of money. So that if you want to send money to someone in another country, that you can use the Stellar Lumens platform. It will cost the user a very small amount of money to conduct that transaction. And the way Stellar is working is they're trying to make it so that the end user, if they don't use cryptocurrencies or things like that, the end user can get the transaction in their native money no matter what. And so they're working a lot in countries where a lot of people are unbanked, don't have a lot of access to banking, or just don't have an account or whatever. And they're creating all kinds of systems for people to operate. They were at 89 cents, almost 90 at the peak, and right now they're at 18.5 cents each. And that's a big step up from where they were just recently. They were at 8 cents back on November 15th, like a month ago, and now they're at 18 cents. That's a big jump. That's a 2x right there plus. But yet they're way below where they were back then. Okay, here's my exception. It's called Nexo. Nexo is a token. Nexo is a lending platform, a lot like BlockFi, Celsius, where you can put crypto in. You can get crypto loans, and what you do is they're over collateralized. So like if you this is just a rough example, but like you want to borrow $500, and they're gonna freeze like about $1,000 of your crypto in your account to hold that $500 loan, and then you can pay it back when you want. They're ticking off daily interest. But also, if you don't take out a loan, if you just deposit with places like Nexo, BlockFi, Celsius, um, they will pay you daily interest for giving them liquidity for their lending platform. And you can do a little of both. If you have a loan out with Nexo and they're holding a certain amount of crypto to hold that loan, but then you have more than that, the stuff that's extra can be earning interest as well. And so Nexo was kind of just barely getting its start when the whole tulip spike happened way back when. And so they were sitting at about, it looks like at about 40 cents at its peak back then in May of 2018. And so they were kind of doing a slight peak when everything else was crashing, but then they kind of crashed down as well. And they've spent a long time in the wilderness, but they've been developing their platform and their tokenomics during this entire time. And the neat thing about Nexo that I've always liked is that every time they've made a change to the way their tokens work, it's actually been to the advantage of the regular people who own Nexo tokens. And that is so cool, because there have been a lot of time. Crypto.com has gone through some famous turbulence lately where they killed one of their tokens, and then on the other one they drastically reduced the interest rate that it was paying, and so that's been against the token holders. Whereas Nexo has been making it more advantageous to own their tokens, not only for reduced rates on loans, an increased rate on deposits, and now they just instituted this thing that if you, like, say you have Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin deposited in there and you're getting the interest, if you're willing to take the interest out in the equivalent Nexo tokens, you get an extra 2% interest on your deposits. And I think a lot of people are taking advantage of that. And as a result, more Nexo is being sucked up. Also, Nexo itself started doing a buyback on its own tokens. So it's taking some tokens out of supply, which of course will drive the price up. And so, this token that, I mean, back in, when was it? It was some time ago, but like 2019, August of 2019, there was a point where I was able to scoop up some tokens after there was a dump at about 6 2/3 cents each. And if you see the price above right now, it's 65.9 cents each, basically 66 cents each. I got a 10x on that. Had to wait a little over a year and a half for a 10x. But I also got some at 9.9. I also got some at 12 cents each, and they're 65.9 cents each. Wow. And if you'll notice, that means they're beating their all-time high from way back when. So Nexo actually is ahead of the game. I will tell you this, as a US, if you're a US customer, getting your hands on Nexo is a little difficult. You can't have it on any U.S. approved exchange or whatever, and even using Nexo's own platform and some of the things, if you try to use your debit card or whatever, it's a hassle. And Nexo is a token; it's not mineable. So you either have to go to one of the DeFi places like Uniswap and swap Ethereum for Nexo to get some. On the Zelcore wallet, there's some swap sites where you might be able to get Nexo. And then I've also found one exchange out in South Korea called Hotbit that will sell Nexo. And so I've gotten that, and then I shove it into the Nexo account for their advantageous things for holding Nexo. So that's like a quick commercial for Nexo there. Also, but if you don't want to go through all that complication, BlockFi is open to U.S. customers, and their rates are very competitive on the deposits. And Celsius is out of England. Same kind of thing like with Nexo, which is we in the U.S. can't officially have Celsius tokens on any site that allows U.S. customers, but they do offer interest rates on deposits of lots of different coins and some that aren't offered on others. So like my basic attention tokens, they don't have a big interest rate, but it's more than zero. And so I have basic attention tokens sitting on a Celsius account earning like, I don't know, it's like 2 or 3%. It's not as much, but you know what? And like I said, anything's more than zero. If you're earning, you're earning. And this is all occurring while we're going up in price. This is a big week, and in my opinion, this is my opinion as a crypto watcher and a crypto kind of like journalist or blogger, is that this is the beginning of more to come. So don't think that you've missed out. The train is still trying to chug its way out of the station. You've got time, but it will become more and more expensive as it goes along. Get in. Now, when I say get in, there's lots of ways to do it. We've been talking about just buying crypto straight up, but again, I will never stop saying this. Please, get involved with crypto mining. Whether you end up spending a certain amount of money, $800-900 to get a bunch of parts and put together a 6-card rig, or whether you just keep your PC running after you've finished playing games and doing whatever, and have your one video card and your one processor churning away at night while you sleep, or while you're not at your desk. No matter what, just always keep the machine working for you. There's no reason not to. There's absolutely no reason not to. And like I said, it's so that you can just keep acquiring. And like I said, I'm a big advocate for you if you haven't taken that leap yet. If you have not yet decided to crypto mine, start with your PC. And go to my video about, I have two. Go to my video about, you may already have equipment that can mine right this second. And then the other one about crypto mining, wallets, and software. Those two will help you get moving. And as always, I've always stated on the videos and whatnot, if you've got questions about, okay, so now what do I do, or what software do I have, or whatever, please put questions and comments in the videos on my YouTube channel videos. Put in questions and comments, or you can even do it on the one there on NerdCon, and I will respond to them and get you going. And you'll be amazed. I got started with just a laptop, and it didn't do much, but I learned that way. But especially if you've got like a PC box with a halfway decent video card in it, and a processor that's no more than 4 years old. 3 years and less is the best. And if you've got a new one, right? If you just got a rig, or hey, Christmas is coming. For all of you who are getting a PC for Christmas, like for gaming and whatnot, and it's really hot, well, you totally have what you need to start crypto mining. So that's where we're at right now. That's all I wanted to say for this video. And I'm really grateful that I've got my health back, and there's going to be more videos coming. And make sure that you stay tuned every Thursday for on nerdcon1.com through its many platforms, and I will be delivering you news, comment, and other things that you need to know to get involved with this. And like I said, if you can get involved at least at first, without spending another penny more than what you've already spent for equipment or things that you have already, that would be the greatest way to get going. I think once you get a taste of this, and once you realize how direct crypto mining is to getting you crypto, to from the comfort of your own home, to the comfort of your own wallet, and there's no intermediaries, nothing in between. It just goes there straight. No one's saying yes, no one's saying no, no one's saying give me the front of your driver's license and the back of your driver's license. None of that. That you're going to want to do more of it, and you're going to be excited about how you can enter into this without having to kill yourself. So anyway, again, comment down below, ask me questions. I'm more than happy to answer you. Please, if you've liked the information that you've heard here today, click the like button on this video. Please subscribe here at NerdCon1 for all the great content on NerdCon1, and then also go to the Crypto Mind and subscribe on the Crypto Mind, because I will be doing videos that aren't part of the weekly NerdCon1 setup. Some of them will be more technical and more crypto mining focused, and might give you some more of the detailed information that you might like about crypto mining. But nonetheless, this has been the Crypto Mind, me, Steve, the Crypto Mind, and I'm grateful to be back. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday, and don't forget, on Saturdays, you have Cinephile Saturday with another Steve on the NerdCon1 network, and he's got a great show, and I encourage everyone to check it out. It's the next show that gets shown on the NerdCon1 network. Have a good night or good morning, and enjoy.